Today we were talking to Mr. Charles Wright of the Watch 103rd Street Rhythm Band. Charles Wright was the founder of that group, if I make no mistake. And he is now still around doing his stuff. He's recording under his own label now. $1 million, I think. What the hell is it? $1 million worth of memories.
$1 million worth of memories.
Right. Anyway, today is the 23rd of September 2019. So how you doing, Brother Charles Wright?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. It's good to have you on this program. I'm going to post this on my Here We Are program. My Here We Are program is a program that, where I do recordings with people and, hey, put it up. It's more serious type stuff, but it's good stuff,
That's an interesting title.
Yeah. And there's a reason for that title. And the reason for that title, Charles, my son asked me, said, Dad, I said, yeah, I got it copyrighted. I said, hell, I got it copyrighted here somewhere. He said, Dad, what does that mean, Dad? I said, well, you see, in spite of all of the crap, we're still here. So here we are. That's what that's what the title means, yes,
Okay, it's good.
It's
a good title.
Yeah, thank you very much. So what have you been doing with yourself, Charles? Tell the folks about you and about, what are you doing here lately,
Basically, I'm working on my next book, and I'm playing the blues. And I think we would do ourselves some justice if we actually started playing the blues in our houses for our children to hear, so they can actually learn where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important, because that's an idiom we created. And like I say, I went back home to Mississippi last year, and they made an industry out of the blues in the hometown I came from.
And where did you come from?
Clarksdale, Mississippi. And they made it an industry. People come from all over the world. They got documentaries using Morgan Freeman, who I really, I disagree with that brother. But use him to help turn the blues into a white man's thing. And you go down to Mississippi, they on the corner with harmonicas and guitars. They're everywhere, pretending they created this shit. And we never made any money doing it. They making billions of dollars all over the world doing the blues. So I think it behooves us to start playing the blues in our household. It's much better than the hip-hop. And it's so much more real than hip-hop. It is the basics of all American pop music. And we should not abandon our own children. At least that's my opinion.
Okay. Now you say you said we should be playing blues. Now I know you did, I'm sure, that you were a church singer, came out of the church and all that other stuff. But you're well known for the hip, what the hell they call funk and all of that stuff. And I know you got some blues CDs out too. Talk about that, please.
Yeah, I have a blues CD called High Maintenance Woman. If people call me today, I put it out about 10 years ago. People call me who got a hold to it, they love it. Of course, I'm not a major company, and I wasn't then, so I didn't exploit it like I should. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to re-release it. I got this beautiful girl on the front of the CD cover, and I think I better put my own picture up there so people will know who's really doing the CD, because I don't think they connect me with that pretty girl.
Yeah, she was a pretty little short girl, right?
Yeah, she's called. She ain't that short. High maintenance woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. Her name is Gina, excuse me. And the people write here and call here and ask for her poster all the time. I send them out to them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. People like to put them on their wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the music has substance. That's the real blues, closest I can get to it.
Yeah, well, one thing I tell folks, Charles, he begs harder than Tyrone Davis. Tyrone was a real beggar, and so is Charles, folks.
Oh, come on.
She believed in me.
Yeah, she was, oh yeah, that's on that album.
Yes,
she
sir.
believed in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. It's a good CD. I like the CD. It's very soulfully, very,
Thank
like
you.
you said,
Yeah,
it is blues, yeah.
Lord Folsom on there.
Howlin' Wolf.
Howlin' Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, right, backdoor man, right.
Backdoor man.
Yeah. As my father would say, backdoor man. Man.
That's what I said, backdoor
yeah, that's
man.
What man. Not man, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you been doing with yourself, Brother Charles?
Oh, thank God. I'm doing good. Thank God. I try my best to take care of myself. I slowed down a lot, though, on running. I was running 3.5, 4 miles. Now I'm only doing about 1.5 miles since I moved to a new location. I don't have the same park or real estate to run in that I used to. So I'm kind of slowed down on that, but I still run about 1.5 miles or so. Thank God I try to eat right. Cost me a lot of money, but thank God I can afford it. I spend a lot of money at Sprouts. I don't know if you know, you got a Sprouts down there.
What kind of sprout? I don't like Brussels sprouts too much.
No, Sprouts is a store.
Oh, okay.
Whole Foods, you don't have those kind of stores.
Yeah, we do have Whole Food, Mariana and stuff like that. Yeah, we do have those, yeah.
Yeah. They're very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to keep living, you have to eat there. You have to buy food from places like that. There's a website scared me called Science Agenda to Exterminate Black. And I went on that website, man. Woo! They even growing food to destroy us.
Yeah.
Scientists. Yeah. Poison the water in places like Flint. And I don't know where else. They say they poison it in other places.
Well, they was making a genetic, scientific, thing to take us out down in South Africa.
Oh, man. It's not just, they got them. I just found out last night. They got them killing each other faster than they are here.
Oh, yeah.
America in South Africa, which is, they naturally would. That's how cold they are. But goddamn, I'm sorry to cuss on your interview, but man, we have a real problem. And we're not able to, I don't say not able, we're not cognizant enough to deal with the situation. Because until you get together, you can't do nothing hardly. And we seem to be programmed not to do such. And man, that's some heavyweight stuff there.
Now, Charles, you were with Warner Brothers for I'm going to use the term for a few years. I don't know if many years, a few years, or whatever. What would be the correct term? What was your experience like being there?
The same. You have to watch yourself. And, you have to be careful. Because you're under a spyglass when you're in that position.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I tried to make the best of it. While I was there, I tried to say something that I thought, we needed to hear that was healthy for the entire world to absorb, such as the song Come In I'm talking about. But there was stuff like that got me in trouble, they don't want you to be political. It's not political as much as the savior. Just want you to sell records. And I understand it, but I still say I was doing the opposite of what these hip-hoppers are doing, and I think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I've seen some very talented folks today. They have degraded their music down to basic stuff. Like I get music, Charles, as for my radio program that I play on the weekend, and I'm telling you, to have a song where a professional singer, not a kid, is singing about oral sex on his song. To me, that's ridiculous. You know, if you don't have any talent, you might do anything. But if you got talent, why would you? And this guy's what I'm thinking in terms of, he's from Clarksdale, Mississippi too. Very great singer, very good musician. But he, you know, let me lick it where it's, you know, and all that crap. What the hell is that about, Charles? You tell me.
Man, that is vile, but that's not compared to this guy who a major company is behind. And he's getting more hits probably than anybody in the world. His name is Bobby Smurda. And all he talks about, killing niggas. Have you ever heard of him?
I think I have heard of him, but I paid him no attention because I realized what what the situation is. I think I have seen something on the internet about him.
Yeah, this guy got something like 600 million hits.
Yeah.
And he's talking about killing us.
Yeah.
All his little crew, they all pointing their fingers like guns and making antics about killing us. Killing niggers.
Yeah.
And just the word calling yourself a nigger,
yeah,
which is what most of these little hip-hop guys are doing, is a disgrace against our race,
yeah,
against yourself.
Yeah.
They don't seem to understand that. Do they want to be noticed so bad that they would bring themselves down to that level? If so, they might deserve some of this that's happening to them. I don't know, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I get so disgusted with it all.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's kind of like they always say, well, you know, you give a group a rope and they'll hang themselves, and that's pretty much what's going on culturally anyway, you know.
Yeah, well, I say never give a fool a microphone.
Right. That's exactly right, because you do. He'll let you know where he's coming from, or she.
Yeah, you know, do something destructive.
How long were you with Warner?
Oh, I was only with them about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know, maybe they was basically ran by Jewish people. So
well, the whole industry.
What they went through in Germany,
yeah,
I was under the assumption, which as wrong as I was, that maybe they would be willing to back me to try to do something for what we're going through, what we're about to go through. But that was not the case.
And I think that's the case with many of people. I hear people now. If you got on the record or television or radio and start talking about Jewish people as they talk, you know, and let these guys talk about black folks like we do, you know, it never would happen. You know, they would
couldn't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
See, there you are.
Yeah.
So now who's to blame? We're to blame for that.
Yeah.
You know, we're blaming for allowing this to happen to us.
Right. That's us.
We're to blame for it on the radio, and we're to blame for listening to it and going along with it, because we should repudiate them for that. We shouldn't even. We should be calling our station all day long, demanding that we hear something real instead of this. But we don't even know what's real anymore. You know, the music that's supposed to be music that they're playing, it's a simulation of music. It ain't even music. It's electrically generated. Man, me and my band used to spend hours trying to get that right feeling to put on a record.
Yeah.
And spend thousands of dollars trying to get that right moment, that magic on a record. And here they come now. They got these machines. They have no feeling. People, I see them drive around in their car with this stuff, and they got to play it loud because it ain't saying nothing. And they're trying to bob their heads to it. And they better not try to dance to it, because their dance will only last about 30 seconds. Because it has no substance. Our music that we've been creating all these years prior to this has had spirit. And that's the thing that was so great about our music, that is so great about our music, is the spirit. nobody can conjure it up like we can. And we've allowed ourselves to abandon it. And that's a sad testament, my buddy. It's a sad testament.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Charles, how many CDs have you, speaking of you and your band, how many CDs have you, album, whichever term you wish to use, have you recorded or produced or what have you, written or whatever?
Oh, about 31, 32, I think.
Did you ever produce for any other artists or written for any other artists?
Way back, I produced something like a record called Oldie But Goodies Remind Me of You back in the 60s. And I played on a lot of hit records like Make Me Yours by Betty Swan, and Got to Be Mellow by Leon Hayward, a couple of things with B.J. Thomas, Sinatra. I played on practically everybody's record for a short spell while I was a studio musician, until I played myself out of there by creating the Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that. Now, when you say you were a studio session guy, now what is that like, Charles, for a guy like you? How did you get to do that? How does a musician get into that?
That is the hardest circle to get into. Every musician wants to get into that. And I was blessed enough to get into it because I had something special. I played the guitar left-handed, and I had different sounds than everybody else. And so it got to the point where people would hold, they wouldn't do a session until I was available. That's how popular I was, like in 65 and 66 and 67. And in the studio, I should have stayed in there probably. But I had been involved in 3 different doo-wop groups before the Watts Band was started. And we all had hit records or semi-hits or something. And so I was determined to see that through, to make it stick, because every time we would practice and rehearse and get good and get a good song and record it and have a hit record, but the problem after that, all the guys would go chasing women and they didn't want to rehearse like they used to anymore, and you end up breaking up. It happened all 3, both the first 2 times, and the third group I was with had a problem with Alan Freed. It really screwed the group up. So that's a long story, but you can read about that in my next book.
Okay, you mean Alan Freed out of New York?
Yeah, but he had came out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because, when I hear people talk about Glenn Campbell, I heard he was a great session man, studio session guy.
Who that?
Glenn Campbell. That he played on a lot.
Glenn Campbell, we used to play together every day. Matter of fact, I played on some of his records. And matter of fact, when he got famous, all of a sudden I used to play out behind him on the stage.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing about the music industry. People talk about a lot of stuff. A lot of folks don't realize, who's done what on what songs, and with what musicians that one has worked with,
Yeah. For a minute, I was working with every top arranger in America, I think.
Did you ever work with Quincy? When you speak of arrangers, did you ever work with him?
I didn't work with Quincy, and I have a beef with Quincy. Quincy did the soundtrack to a movie called Cotton Comes to Harlem.
Right.
And the context he used my song in, man, I am in total disagreement with him over. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
And you express yourself in there twice. 2 different versions, I think. and then see where he used it at. Just pay attention to that.
Okay.
And man, he should have never done that.
Did you express your displeasure with him about that or not?
I never talked to him about it. I wouldn't even take the royalties from the money.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
Okay.
I was so pissed off. I was actually pissed at the Warner Brothers, but that department had nothing to do with what he did.
Mm-hmm.
That was the biggest Uncle Tom move I ever heard of. So I see him every once in a while, but I don't really have much to say to him.
I know I was talking to you in the past, and you was talking about a song that you made 60, what the hell, 90, what the hell is it, 90-day cycle people? I think something like that.
90-day cycle people, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that, Charles, if you will. Tell us about that.
Well, just one of those songs I wrote. Actually, I wrote that because of a brother who was working at ABC when I was there. He was the head of the A&R department for black folks over there. He's another one of those people. He wants you to bow to him, I guess. Mm. And I couldn't bow to him. But anyway, he treated me so bad, and I wrote that song about him. It's actually about people who live on a planet that only live 90 days. And nobody's trying to boss nobody around. But there ain't no money involved. They ain't got but 90 days to live.
Yeah.
So they have to bypass all the bull and stuff like that. So that's what that song was about.
It's a good song. I like the song when I get to listening to it. And once you told me the story about it, I said, okay, it's a real good song, social song, really. Song with the message, really, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, did you ever do any studio work on the East Coast, or you was all on the West Coast of all of your work?
No, I was here.
Uh-huh.
California.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I mentioned studio work. Now, I remember the band down in Muscle Shoals. All of the great sounds that were coming out there. Tell me a little bit about that, you as an artist.
Why you want to ask me about that? I didn't think they were that great.
Okay.
Except they used Bobby Womack a lot.
Uh-huh.
And they claim Aretha Franklin went down there and recorded. She did, but it wasn't what she wanted. It only happened. They only recorded one song.
Uh-huh.
And then she came back to New York and recorded with somebody else. Mm-hmm. But they tried to give them guys all the credit.
Right.
You know why?
Yeah. And I was wondering about that. That's why I asked you the question about it when you talked about the session. I was thinking about that. That they got such a lot of press as to they did this, that, and the other. In the you're right.
They had a good horn section, but who they play in that rhythm. But they claim they were playing the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest atrocities is the guy they claim to take Jameson's place, Motown, of what's his name, Babbitt or whatever. He can't even hold a matchstick to one of James Jameson's bass notes. Matter of fact, I got James Jamerson playing on 90-Day Cycle People.
Okay.
Yeah. I always try to say we pass it on to somebody. You can't pass the spirit on to nobody.
That's true. That's one thing. That's one thing I look at. I look at musicians, and I say, no, wait a minute. In order to play the blues, there's only one guy very few, white guys that I really call a soulful singer. And one of them is, what the hell that boy name? He died not long ago out of England.
Well, he play all right, but he playing the notes.
Yeah. But the feeling has to be there, and that's the difference,
Yeah, well, they got a bunch of them down there in Mississippi playing, taking claim, but the spirit ain't there.
Right. And that's what I think a lot of the people don't understand. You can play, but is it coming out of you, or you just playing?
You can't tell them that.
Yeah.
You become the enemy. You become somebody they have to Very.
Yeah, well.
You don't want to hear it. Yeah, and I understand it, but don't take something that don't belong to you in the first place.
You don't steal it, right? If you steal it, then it ain't yours.
Yeah.
Now, you're speaking of arrangers. We was talking about Quincy. Who are some of the arrangers that you have a great deal of respect for, who arranged some of your music, or did you do it all yourself?
My personal music, I had a trombone player named Ray Jackson. He and I would arrange the horn parts. I always arranged my rhythm myself. There's a guy named James Carmichael that did a little of it. And the rest of it I do myself.
And you write all of your own music too, right? I mean, you write all of your songs and music, or do you get some from someone else?
I've written them all except for maybe one or two or something I've co-written with people.
Mm-hmm. Now you're a musician or writer. Tell me what you are, Charles. How do you? And you don't have to define yourself, but tell me, who is Charles Wright, or what is Charles Wright?
Another man trying to make it.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. In the musical entertainment world, what are you?
Well, I'm like a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Okay.
That means I write songs, I sing them. Sometimes I sing them. Most of the time I sing them. I play the guitar on some of them. I play the guitar and the piano on some of them. I play the guitar, the bass, and the drum on the piano on some of them. And I produce them.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had to learn to do practically everything in this business in order to get where I got so far.
Yeah, that's good stuff too, Charles. I must
Appreciate
say,
that.
I like your stuff. And this song about now, let me see if you can tell me a little bit about it. She Believed in Me. What the hell is that about, Charles?
That's just what it says. Everything in there is what it is. I had a woman that believed in me, and she stuck with me through thick and thin.
That's good. You can feel it, and I can feel it in the song. That
Thank
you really put soul into it.
Yeah, well, that's the lady I married.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, God bless you on that one.
That's the only one I married.
Yeah.
She deceased.
Yeah.
Now for about 9 years.
Okay, my sympathies too. But yeah, that's what you need in any business you're doing independently. You do need a mate that is very supportive of you, and you got that, man. You can move mountains.
That's right.
Yeah.
Somebody to believe in.
Good, yeah, right. You believe in yourself, and somebody else says, yeah, I believe you can do it, Don. I can believe you can do it, and that keeps driving you. You know you're not working in vain, that there's someone else beside you, and that's a great thing to be,
Yeah, like I said, there was a time when I thought I wasn't going to make it.
Uh-huh.
I forget about how I said it, but she told me, don't you ever
doubt. Yeah.
Doubt.
Don't you ever doubt it, right? Yeah. And there's another one you got on there, I don't make much pay, I think it is. I forget the name of that song, but it's hell. I mean, hey, it's a good
Tell
scene.
me what you want me to do.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah, that's another good one, too.
I don't make much pay, but I work hard every day.
Yeah. I mean, just the words, just to think about it, I don't make much money. There's a difference between saying I don't make much pay than I don't make much money. Same thing, but it just...
Yes, it is.
The wording, how you come up with that, Good writer. Yeah, good writer. So you own your own catalog, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's a great thing. Do you ever give seminars to young artists or any of that stuff? Do they come to you for advice or not?
No, everybody try to pretend I didn't never exist.
Oh, yeah, well, speaking of that.
It's like this organization you just telling me about.
Right, yeah, the Living Legends. What the hell I tell you? The Living Legends Foundation, Inc. They got their award coming up out there in Los Angeles on the 4th of October, 2019 is on Vine Street in Hollywood. They got a cocktail dinner and all that stuff. I guess the entertainment, I'm not sure. They said partner in event chairperson. No, that's event chairperson. But there's some people I do know, one or two of them I've heard of. And some of the honorees, a guy named Sidney Miller. He got a BRE. I know he has a magazine. I've seen his magazine. Other people on here I don't know, but you never heard from these folks, huh?
No.
Yeah, well, they've been around a day or two. See, one deal with and this is not their first war program. They've done them before. I'm trying to see if I can find the year that they started this thing, because I did see it on. I said I was going to ask you about it when you agreed to the interview, and I really appreciate it too, Charles. I really appreciate this interview, and because
I just hope you don't get me in no trouble with it.
No, I ain't gonna get I ain't gonna get nothing wrong. I mean, so for everything you said, I don't, there shouldn't be no problem with it. The stuff we talked about before, that's gone. We don't even worry about that. One of the founders, a guy named Ray Harris, Jerry Bolden, Barbara Lewis, and Celia C.C. Evans. Those are the 4 people on their webpage that's who the founding members of this thing,
Well, Barbara Lewis, singer.
No, I don't know if she's a singer. Let me see. See if they give me some BG on her, and I'll tell you if she was a singer. Now, the veteran has held senior management position at CBS, Sony Music, MCA Universal Music, and Capitol Records, where she served as vice president. Ms. Lewis is among the first women to hold such esteemed position in the male-dominated music industry. Artists who have benefited from her expertise read like a who is who: Patti LaBelle, Earth, Wind and Fire, MC Hammer, B.B. King, Michael Jackson, Boyz II Men, Johnny Mathis, Master P, George Michael, and B.B. and C.C. Winans. I don't think she's a singer.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're not familiar with the organization, huh? Yeah, it's a shame.
My band was a precursor to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that.
As a guitar player, I taught him how to play rhythm.
Okay.
And he played with me for about 4 years before I fired him.
Okay.
And he joined up with Maurice.
Okay. Yeah, I know that here in Chicago, I can hear guys talking about, a lot of the guys here. Willie Henderson and all those guys who came from the west side, basically from Crane High School, I think it was, many of them, do slabo around here. I know, what's his name? I got a chance to meet the great Phoenix Horn guy. Damn it.
Yeah, which one?
Oh, man. He used to wear this little funny hat. I had him on my show, one of my television show. Louis Satterfield.
Oh, Satterfield, he played with me too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Satterfield, Michael Harris. I got a painting on my wall here that Satterfield's wife did before she died.
Uh-huh.
Express Yourself painting. She never got to sign it. She died.
Okay.
Yeah. Satterfield, unfortunately, I came to Chicago to see him before he died.
Okay.
He landed up in that hospital down there by the college.
Okay, University of Illinois or Chicago, University of Chicago, one of the two, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he was here, and I got him on my television show, and
okay, well, he's playing bass on my blues album. Okay.
Yeah, very nice guy, because he was a church out here, Reverend Sampson has a church out here, and he used to come up there and play on Sunday in that church, man. And I used to love, watching him. And, cause he came back here and he said he was going to open up a studio, he and his daughter and son-in-law, I think it was.
Yeah.
Well,
it's probably his son.
Okay.
No, his son-in-law, cause his daughter and son, his daughter and son-in-law opened that studio, but what's that guy's name? Destroyed it. Yeah.
Okay, because I never knew that they opened it. I know they was talking about doing it, and
they ran it for a while.
Okay.
For a long while.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Then she got hooked up with Michael, son, you are my sonship, Henderson.
Yeah, Michael Henderson. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they got married.
Okay. Yeah.
But, I just come to think, I forgot all about that. Because Michael was out here about 3 months ago.
Okay.
And he invited me up on the stage to sing on his show.
So if you got anything else you want to add here and anything you want me to take out, just let me know. But right now, just record it, straight through, except, like I said, the stuff before I told you we were interviewing.
Why don't you do me a favor?
I'll send you a copy.
You my friend.
Yeah.
You go through it, and anything you think that not should be said, just take it out.
I'm going to do that. I'll send it to you. In fact, I'll send it to you before and you can tell me if you like it or not.
All right.
And if you don't like it, I'll tell you to hell with you, and I say I like it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, the information, man. I mean, it's guys like you who got the information, man. You know where the bodies are. You know where the keys are to this stuff. You were there. I mean, I didn't even talk to you about the Bill Cosby experience you guys went through. I mean, it's stuff like that. You should be honored by that group.
Yeah.
You should. Let me put it back this way. You should be down there eating chicken with those folks, with your tuxedo on.
Well, I guess it's really about that, but to me, that's not where I want to be.
Yeah. What made you go to California, Charles? You had some folks out there?
No, my people brought me here.
Oh, how old were you when you left Mississippi, coming to California?
12 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
So that's how I got here.
Okay, yeah.
I was going to run off to St. Louis or Chicago. I'm glad I came out here.
But the weather was better.
And not just the weather. I've been to St. Louis and I've been to Chicago. And I tell you, St. Louis is really a traveler. Chicago is all right, but L.A. used to be much better off until Ronald Reagan became the governor, and he turned the whole thing around.
Yeah.
And it's been going down ever since.
Right, and that's why I tell father, y'all talk that noise. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, California is, how in the hell, if you got some intelligence, how can you vote for Ronald Reagan twice to be governor? And then you voted twice for him to be president. I said, give me a break. I said, I never thought of him much as an actor. I said, I thought that was the beginning of the end of the presidency. So you get off, leave my president alone, Trump. Let him continue to serve. He's doing some good stuff for us. So let's get some of this good stuff out of him and move on, But no, they just be there.
Well, there you are, the glitz and the glamour and the bling bling,
Yeah. Brother Charles, I want to thank you, man. It's been my pleasure.
I already talked so much, I'm ashamed of myself.
Why are you ashamed? You didn't lie on Miss Jones, did you?
No. Believe me, whatever I say is true.
Yeah.